Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Wherever you're tuning in from around the globe, peace, blessings, financial freedom. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Welcome to the Trillion Dollar Tickers broadcast. I'm your host, Matt Riches. Yes, the market is open. It is the last day of April 30th, Thursday. You hear those alerts going off. That alert was for a sell on Meta, y'all. Meta is dropping crazy. Berkshire B is dropping crazy. But let's give me 1 second, y'all. As you can see, I'm a couple minutes late here. But just give me a second, y'all. Trying to find new ways to improve the show. Hope y'all enjoy it. There we go. All right. Okay. All right. Thanks for waiting, y'all. Here we go. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Wherever you're tuning in from around the globe, peace, blessings, financial freedom. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Where's my music? Welcome to the Trillion Dollar Tickers broadcast. I'm your host, Matt Riches. The bell has rung on a session that looks like a battleground. We have the Cloud Kings, Google and Amazon trying to hold the line while Meta is dragging down the communication sector. But the real story isn't just earnings. It's the macro bomb. Inflation is hot. Growing is slow. We are officially navigating the stagflation trap. I watch the charts, give the breaking news, and find the levels so you don't have to. This show is for education and entertainment only. Always do your own research, but you can use this show as a foundation. Let's get into the mantra right quick, y'all. I deserve to be healthy. I deserve to be happy. I deserve the wealth that I'm building for me and my family. Riches and freedom, they come to our hands. I am the master of all I command. My learning is limitless. My earnings are too. The more I discover, the more I can do. The stock market is a machine of design, and I have the power to make that wealth mine. I am capable, I am skilled, I am bold. Blessings on the journey as the vision unfolds. All right. Now, the stagflation trap. What does that mean? Why my music stopped? Well, we having technical difficulties today, y'all. All right. We have to talk about the S word, stagflation. Usually, the economy works like a scale. When growth slows down, prices cool off. But right now, the scale is broken. We saw GDP growth stall at 2%, which is a sign of a stagnant economy. At the exact same time, the GDP Price Index, the measure of what things actually cost, shot up to 3.6%. When you have a stagnant growth mixed with high inflation, that's called stagflation. It's a dangerous trap because it means when your money is losing power faster than the economy can grow, it puts the Fed in a corner where they can't cut rates to help the economy without making inflation even worse. This is a policy nightmare. Okay, so we did have the Fed talk about he's not cutting rates yesterday, and then we get this data to come out today. So we'll definitely have to see what's going on. with the market, and we'll get to that just a minute here. Let me just give you Robert Greene's daily law. How you like this new graphic? This trending now graphic. I also got a new graphic for Robert Greene's daily law. Check it out, y'all. A lot better, I think. Title: Never appeared to be too perfect. Daily law. It takes great talent and skill to conceal one's talent and skill. That's a bar too, for real. It takes great talent and skill to conceal one's talent and skill. Okay, Robert Greene. Got little bars up in there, huh? Alright, Sir Walter Ray was a polymath, scientist, poet, leader, and handsome young lad. He was too perfect, and he didn't hide it. He imposed his brilliance on everyone, which didn't win friends. It created silent enemies. Eventually, those enemies used the smallest excuse of treason to send him to the executioner's axe. Envy is a destructive force which masks itself in any excuse it can find. In long-term investing, if your portfolio looks too perfect, you boast about every win, you attract the envy tax. In the market, this means high valuations are targeted by short sellers and institutions looking for any crack to exploit. Protect your long-term vision by maintaining a quiet, disciplined accumulation phase. When it comes to day trading, look at Meta. Near perfect numbers, but their massive $145 billion spending ambition made them a target. The market executioner used this high capex to chop Meta after earnings. When a stock appears too ambitious or too perfect, wait for the envy dip before you look for an entry. All right, so the bell has rung. The divergence is deep. Stay patient, stay disciplined. Execution over emotion. Process over prediction. Let's get into it, y'all. All right. We'll get to the earnings that everybody had when we just go through this list. Oh, look at SPY. It opened up very nicely, very close to all-time highs, but oh, this is a 30-minute. Oh yeah. So SPY is selling off. It's still up though. It's up 0.1%. 0.10% at 7/12/30. But these first two candles are red. Because it was running up in the pre-market. That's why. Alright, we got QQQ. Currently down 0.08% at 661. But it did hit an all-time high today, y'all. So shout out QQQ for the all-time high today. The VIX gapped up as soon as the market opened, so we can go ahead and put this gap on here. There we go. It's back over 18 now. It was under 18. It did hit 1765 in the pre-market. All right, next we got NVDA. It did break pre-market lows. It's down over 0.5% right now at 207.85. Google is actually up 6%, y'all. It's up $21. It was up $30. But now, well, not 30, but it was up $27 actually. But it's falling though. Looks like everything is falling at the open because it was up so much in the pre-market. All right, Apple is down 0.5%. It broke pre-market lows. Microsoft next. Microsoft broke pre-market lows and is down. Oh, Microsoft's selling off, y'all. Microsoft is down 3.25%. Wrong button, wrong button. All right, Amazon. Why is my earnings not in the script? Yeah, Google Gemini was messing up today a lot, y'all. When I was preparing for the show, preparing the script, it was messing up a lot, giving me a lot of errors. So another error that it did not put the earnings into the script. So yeah, Google Gemini messing up, y'all. But Amazon did open up at all-time highs today, y'all. It's currently down almost 2% at 258. TSM is barely under break even, trying to turn green at 393.91. ABGO is up 2.25% at 415. Meta, wow, look at that first 5-minute candle down 2.8%. Meta is down 9%, y'all. Back to 604. It did hit 601.18. All right, next we got Tesla is down 0.5% at 370.70. Walmart is up. Walmart running though. Walmart is up almost 2%. Next target I got for Walmart is 131.20. They broke all these levels. All right, Berkshire B is turning around because it did have a big drop on this first 5-minute candle, but it's recovered very nicely. All right. Now we can check out these earnings. Since Google messed up and didn't put it in the script. All right, so yesterday Amazon had earnings. It was in the script for the pre-market briefing, but it wasn't in the script for the market open briefing. For the market open, so anyway. Amazon beat earnings by 70%, beat on revenue by 2.3%. As you can see, it was up. At the peak, it was up 4.5% in the pre-market from yesterday's close. But in the aftermarket, it was up 5.25%. But shoot, it's lower than yesterday's close right now. All right, next we got Google. Man, damn, Google just messed up. Google Gemini messed up so much. I had all these. I had breakdown for all the earnings and everything, but it didn't print it. About to make me go back to ChatGPT when it comes to this script. They definitely pissing me off, dude. For real. All right. Google beat on earnings by 90%, beat on revenue by 2%. In the pre-market, it did reach a high of being up 8.25%. It did open up at all-time high, though. And then we got Meta. Meta beat on earnings by 56%, beat on revenue by 1.3%. And as you can see, it got destroyed. At the peak, it was down 9.6%. It's very close to that right now. Then we got Microsoft. Microsoft beat on earnings by 5%, beat on revenue by 1.7%. As you can see, Google, Amazon, and Meta all had tremendous beats on earnings. Must have been some tax or something. Because that is crazy. Oh, I think it was their Anthropic investments. Microsoft is currently down about 3.5% from yesterday's close. Okay, in the pre-market, we had Caterpillar, and they still haven't updated. That's crazy. Their earnings dropped in the pre-market, and they still haven't updated this. Okay. Caterpillar Q1. I'm supposed to be able to click this button and see the earnings and revenue, but as you can see, it's not posted. So I'm gonna click this button. It says Caterpillar Q1 2026, strong revenue and earnings, record backlog, raised full year sales and operating profit guidance, return capital to shareholder, tariff cited as a headwind for Caterpillar traders. As you can see, it's up a lot from yesterday's close. Currently up over 8% from yesterday's close. Then we got MasterCard. MasterCard is down almost 3% from yesterday's close. Eli Lilly, wow. Nice move in the pre-market, y'all. Lilly is up 6.5% from yesterday's close. All right. Okay, AVGO up $10. Google trying to hold that $19. Let's check out some of our other tickers that we like to look at on this show. Okay, SPX got close to the all-time high in the pre-market. But it sold off though. Sold off at the open. But it's still up 0.5% though. How is the NAS 100 up over 0.5%, but the QQQ is down, is negative? How's that even possible? How is that even possible? It doesn't make sense. The NAS 100 hit an all-time high. No, it didn't. What the heck? Oh, it hit an all-time high yesterday. NAS 100 hit an all-time high yesterday, y'all. Yes, this is a live show, so if we have technical difficulties or anything, I'm going to just say it on the show. Because it's a live show. There's nothing I can do about it. But it doesn't make sense that the NAS 100, which is the indice, the future for the QQQ is up 0.6%. But the QQQ is negative. What the heck? I've never seen that before, ever. That is insane, y'all. Alright, next we got Pam Bondi's Dow Jones. Shout out Pam Bondi, y'all. 49,170. The Dow Jones ETF is up 0.6%. The VIX is back under 18. The 10-year treasury, did we fill this gap? Look like we filled this gap, y'all. So I'm going to go ahead and delete that off. 10-year treasury yield note is at 4.39. Gold is at $4,617 an ounce. The gold mini shares trust is up 1.5%. Silver is up 1.9%. The copper miners ETF is up almost 1.5%. It's in the gap. AMD is up $2 to $339. Bitcoin is at 76,455. Ibit is at 43.35. Ethereum 2,266. BMNR is up 1.5%. Palantir 137. It hit 134 yesterday. Robinhood is up 1.75% at 72.54. Trying to get back into this gap. Or trying to get into the gap. It rejected the gap yesterday. Check out the sectors, y'all. Technology is down 0.5%. Consumer discretionary is a little over break even. Communications is down almost 0.25%. Energy's up fractionally. Financials is down over 0.25%. Healthcare is up over 1%. Consumer staples is up 1.25%. Utilities is up 1.5%. Industrials is up 1.5%. Materials is up fractionally, and the real estate ETF is up 0.75%, y'all. Let's check out some of these ETFs we like to look at on the show. IWM, it's up 0.25%. SPYM, is that not an all-time low? It's not. SPYM just turned red. QQQM is down about 0.25%. SPYG barely under break even. SOXQ is up over 0.5%. TQQs is down 0.5%. SOXL is up 2.25%. SMH is barely over break even. SOXX is up almost 0.75%. XLG is down almost 0.25%. The IVES 30 is down 0.75%. SPYI is barely over break even. QQQI is barely under break even. Let's check out our 8-chart display here. Oh, NVIDIA selling off, y'all. NVIDIA at 204 now. What the heck is going on? Feel like a rotation. Temporary rotation out of tech. Maybe just volatility based on that stagnation. I don't know. Alright, we got an 8-chart display. Top left hand corner, we got NVIDIA to the right. Apple, Google, Microsoft. Underneath NVIDIA, we got Amazon to the right. TSM, AVGO, Meta Platforms. Alright, let's check out some news. Was this the first rap song ever? I'm gonna let y'all decide.
Ride on a wind and tide. Hey, children, stop still and listen to me. God walked down to the brandy sea. He declared that he was the son of man, and then he decided to destroy the land. He spoke to Noah. Noah stopped. He said, Noah, I want you to build me an ark. I want you to build it 3 cubits long. I want you to build it big and strong. I want it 50 high and 50 wide, so it will stand the wind and tide. It's oh Noah.
That might be the first rap song, y'all. Why though? They had the beat. They had harmony too. Before Bone Thugs and Harmony, it was these brothers right here. He was rapping. I mean, he was rhyming. Man, that might be the. This is 1946, y'all. This is way before. Yeah, man, way before hip hop and shit. Way before the 70s. And this was a gospel quartet. The Jubilaries performing a song called Noah. So we had gospel hip hop in the 1940s, y'all. Definitely could be argued. Could definitely be argued. All right, next. All right, next. Google has the new highest price target on Wall Street. It's from Pivotal Research. And they raised Google's price target to 470 from 420 while maintaining its buy rating. Right now, Google is 369 and their price target is 470. So keep that in mind, y'all. So we did have Powell speaking yesterday. I got a 1-minute clip from him. Check it out, y'all.
These legal assaults, if you...
I got a funny clip later, too, of Powell. But this one is just 1 minute.
I mean, I think these legal assaults, if you will, as I mentioned, the institution is being battered over these things. We're having to resort to, the courts to enforce our legal, it's not so much independence. It's really the ability to make monetary policy without political considerations. That's what we're talking about. And we've had to do that, and we've been successful so far, but that's not over. None of that is concluded yet. And it's really important. It's not about people who work at the Fed or the institution. It's about the benefits of a central bank that makes decisions based on analysis and our best thinking, rather than trying to help or hurt politicians. It's that there's a bright line between central banks who do one and do the other, and successful advanced economy countries have a really strong set of protections around their central bank just for that reason. So that's what it's all about. I think I am confident, as I said in my remarks, that the Fed will continue to make its decision based on analysis, rigorous analysis, and not on political considerations. But we've had to fight for it.
So Jay Powell is going to continue as a Federal Reserve governor. And yesterday was his last meeting as the Fed chair. Even though Trump appointed him, he gave him a really tough time. And he was talking hella shit.
I mean, I think...
Next, U.S. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent says the U.S. has seized $450 million in Iranian cryptocurrency, y'all. Man, they straight robbing folks, y'all. They took hella Venezuela crypto too, didn't they? Yeah, these people. Talk about terrorists, bro. America the real terrorists. Going around the world terrorizing. That's what they do. Under the guise of democracy and nuclear weapons, falsehoods, uranium enrichment falsehoods. All right, next we got a quote from Lending Tree. 57% of those earning above $100,000 a year say they feel worried about paying for groceries. They worried. Oh man, I'm off today, man. 57% of those earning six figures, which is $100,000 a year, saying they worried about paying for groceries in the past month. Wow. So even though you make $100,000 a year, you still live in check to check, basically. Yeah, that is bad financial management, y'all. Google outpaces big tech rivals as AI spending plans rise to $750 billion, y'all. Last time they had CapEx estimates, it was $670 billion. But now, hold on, what? Google is leading big tech and AI infrastructure investments with hyperscalers combined CapEx. I was about to say, what the hell are you talking about? It's comedy today, y'all. Sometimes it's going to be like that. All right. Google raises annual CapEx forecast to between 180 and 190 billion and cited that 460 billion backlog of new data center contracts, outpacing rivals amid faster cloud revenue growth. The spending acceleration reflects aggressive data center and AI build out by Microsoft, Amazon, Meta, and Google, prompting debate on sustainability and future monetization returns. All right, yesterday was the anniversary of the first day of the LA riots, which was sparked by the acquittal of 4 white racist cops in the beating case of Rodney King. They were acquitted even though they were on video beating this man, taking turns beating him on the side of the road. And LA rose up and rioted and burned that shit down, as they should. Next, Israel is preparing to sell a stake of as much as 30% in its 2 largest defense companies this year to help fund the nation's expanding military spending. I wonder who's going to buy that 30%, you know? Probably the United States. All right, next. The Canadian government plans to ban crypto ATMs. Thought that was interesting. Canada's federal government is proposing a nationwide ban on crypto ATMs, according to the Spring Economic Update, calling them a primary tool for scammers and money launderers. They have nearly 4,000 machines, the highest per capita globally, will become the first G7 nation to outlaw them entirely, while still allowing purchases through licensed brick-and-mortar businesses. All right, here goes the funny J. Powell clip.
Demand continued to move it into better balance. GDP growth in the third quarter was quite strong, but like most forecasters,
So he was talking.
we expect growth to moderate in
somebody
coming
got an
quarters. Of course.
How by refusing to treat climate change like a systemic
Okay,
risk
thank
that
you.
we are putting us at
Thank you very much.
economic disaster.
Thank you very much.
Climate change
Yep.
will
Thank you. Just close the fucking door. Close the door. Expect that the process of getting inflation sustainably down to 2% has. Just close the fucking door. Close the door. Just close the fucking door. Close the door. Just close the fucking door. Close the door. Expect that the process of getting inflation sustainably down to 2% has a long way to go.
It's a comedy day on the $1 trillion ticker show today. All right, let's get back serious, man. I got about a minute and a half clip from Bloomberg TV about our $1 trillion tickers earnings yesterday.
Amazon, Meta, Microsoft, Google, all reporting quarterly earnings in a 71-second window, and they're all telling the same story. AI demand is exploding, and it's driving a massive spending race. CapEx, that's the money going into data centers and chips. Microsoft's CapEx around $190 billion this year. Alphabet planning $180 to $190 billion. Meta raising its guide for CapEx to a range of $125 billion to $145 billion, and Amazon spending $44 billion in just one quarter and $151 billion over the past year on infrastructure. So what's happening? Amazon AWS revenue, almost $38 billion, up 28%. Fastest growth in over 3 years, driven by commits from OpenAI and Anthropic. Microsoft Azure growth, around 40%. Demand is so strong, the company says it still can't keep up. It doesn't have enough capacity. Google Cloud revenue was $20 billion, up 63%. With a backlog over $460 billion, showing demand is building pretty fast. Meta had revenue of $56 billion in the quarter gone, up 33%. But the next quarter guided to a range of $58 to $61 billion, kind of in line with consensus. AI is already improving ads, and Mark Zuckerberg on the call highlighted the Muse Spark model as improving the ad business. So across all four, bottom line, AI is no longer the question. The real race is about who can build infrastructure fast enough to meet demand.
Who do you think, y'all? Next, we got this is from Google about YouTube.
YouTube momentum continues. In the living room, US viewers are watching over 200 million hours of YouTube content daily. And as of March, we've reached a new milestone with over 10 million channels now publishing shorts each day. This level of daily activity is a testament to how people enjoy this content and how we have made it easier for creators. And in Q1, our YouTube Music and Premium offering saw its largest quarterly increase in the total number of non-trial subscribers, both globally and in the US, since YouTube Premium launched in June 2018.
Here we go, y'all. YouTube doing numbers. Doing big numbers, y'all. I think that's all we got. Let's see if anything drops since we started this show. That's a lot of hours people watching, man. Alright, that's it. Shit. Let's run the numbers, though. Let's run the numbers, see what happens. Now that the market been open for almost 40 minutes now. Spies turn red. Spies not red, y'all. A little bit. It might bounce back. It might find some buyers at this pre-market low right here. The Spies down 0.06% at 711.19. QQQ is down 0.36%. The VIX got into the gap. Almost went halfway into the gap. NVIDIA is selling off though, man. NVIDIA is down 3.5% to 201.76. What is going on here? AWS will buy 1 million NVIDIA GPUs through 2027 and adopt NVIDIA Spectrum and Mellanox Connect X for large-scale AI infrastructure, confirming a multi-year GPU procurement and networking components. NVIDIA's demand for AI chips and hyperscaler capex is rising, boosting data center chip consumption and sustaining strong sales momentum. That is not why it's selling off. I don't know why it's selling off. Google found some support at our previous price discovery level here. It's still up $19 so far. Google wasn't up. This whole should be selling off though. Apple is up a little over 0.25%. Microsoft selling off. Microsoft down over 5%, y'all. Amazon is down 0.75%. TSM is down 1.25%. AVGO's up 1.38%. Meta is down. Meta is almost down 10%. Tesla is down 1%. Walmart is running today, though. Walmart is up over 2.25%. Berkshire B is up fractionally at 476. What a day, y'all. What a day. My God. Yeah, that's it, man. That's it. Let's end it. You know how we like to end the show with some Instagram motivation.
There's nothing a man can do to stop you if you learn the stock market. The stock market is the only thing that I know of that doesn't require other people to make money or marketing or ass kissing anything. That's why I love it, because it gives me a sense of you. Like, I made $5,000 today. If I know I can make $5,000 to $10,000 a day, there's no possible thing a man can tell me to do. If I know how to do that without talking to you, and then you can shut down my account and I can go trade from somebody else's account and just break them off, you can never stop me. There's nothing that can really tell me at this point once I figure this out. And now I'm like, okay, I want everybody to say, how does it hurt me to let other people say you too and get out of here? They gonna pay me to show them how. There's nothing a man can do to stop you if you learn the stock market. The stock market is the only thing that I know of that doesn't.
The stock market is the only business in the world that you don't have to talk to anyone and you can make thousands every day. Of course, you won't start off making thousands every day, but once you learn it, you'll start off, you'll be making less than 100 a day. And then eventually, you'll be making 100 a day, and then hundreds a day, and then thousands a day, and then 10,000s a day. Once you get your system. But like he said, if they shut down his account, he can just trade on somebody else's account and give them some money for letting him trade on their account. So he will never have a boss. He'll never be working for anyone. And the free market, the stock market is the only thing that can give freedom like that. Now you can start your own business, and then people can go on Yelp and just make up lies. You know what I mean? And just get bad reviews, even though it never happened. Somebody can lie on you on your job. You know what I mean? But the stock market is the only thing that is unstoppable. You don't have to talk to anyone. It's really great for introverts. But shout out Aristotle, man.
It ain't all good, but it ain't all bad either. So be thankful. Be happy. Smile. We're gonna be productive today.
We will be productive today.
Be happy. Y'all gonna be productive today.
So someone once asked me, if you knew you were 100 rejections away from your dream life, wouldn't every no feel exciting? And that reframed everything for me, because we almost demand timelines. We want certainty all the time and we want guarantees. But what if the delay is actually doing the shaping that's required of you? What if you're not ready yet? So put your head down, do the work, and let rejection refine you instead of convincing you to stop trying at all. So
that's real game right there, y'all. What if you was 100 rejections away from your dream? Every rejection will be motivational.
It don't happen overnight, and there's gonna be moments when it's really, really frustrating, and there's gonna be moments when it's really, really inspiring and empowering. And if you get too high off the highs and too low off the lows, you're gonna take yourself on a ride that's very uncomfortable. I think it's just about being committed to the work, appreciating it, when it's good and not stressing too bad when it's bad, just appreciating the work and staying focused on showing up every day.
And that's what we do here on the $1 Trillion Tickers broadcast. I'm your host, Matt Riches. We show up every day. Not every show has this much comic relief, but sometimes we have technical difficulties or, sometimes it go like that. This is a live show, so everything stays no matter what happens. So it is what it is. Most shows are a lot smoother than this, but sometimes it happens like that. So we'll be back tomorrow in the pre-market for the pre-market briefing. How y'all like these new graphics, y'all? The new graphics for, you can see my logo right here. I just made that yesterday. Thought that's pretty dope. It might be time to get some merch, y'all. Might be time to get some merch. How y'all like these other graphics too? Robert Greene's Daily Law. Oh, did I upgrade that graphic right there? Sure did. And then this graphic right here, I just made this yesterday too. The trending now. Ooh, that go W right there. And then I've been cooking up on the thumbnails too, y'all. I appreciate y'all for tuning in though. We back tomorrow. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Peace, blessings, financial freedom.